It seems as though some people are not cool with the way that Sauce Walka is running around since Sayso P's death. Check it out.
I'm too legit to quit it. I'm too legit to quit it. I'm too legit to quit it.
If I was Sayso P, I'll be mad as hell. Too much playing behind some serious. You ain't got shot. You got strapped, didn't it? How the F you go from crunches to a wheelchair? I don't like how Sauce having so much fun behind this stuff. Ain't none street about that. Ain't no love. Link in the bio. Like we really finna check out his music. You know what, man? Sauce Walka, do your dance on him, man.
Yeah, I said that right, nigga. I'm too legit to quit it. I'm too legit to quit it.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
Now, understandably, I get where you're coming from. In a sense, I do, because you can make a case to say, man, you're supposed to be doing all this backwards behavior stuff that leads to what street cats do every single time, that leads to prison or even worse, dead. So you can see the reason why, but then you can understand something else. There's a phrase that I've adopted that I 100% like, and I told my son this the other day. You're not a man until you become responsible for other people. And I think that's where No Love loses everything. Because with that mindset, right, that backwards mindset, what is he supposed to do exactly? Do we have any proof that Sauce Walka knows exactly who harmed Sayso P? Then on top of that, nobody wants to acknowledge the fact that, according to what we saw, one of the guys is dead. We have no idea how that happened. So how is it that you understand something that we all don't? So when these cats get to talking and all that, and this is where a lot of people miss me in my videos. You watched the video yesterday, right? Some of y'all did. You didn't watch the full entire thing. What I did and what was going on in that video was a progression of emotions, thoughts, and then conclusions. With this right here, we do have to understand that something did happen because the streets typically take care of the BS and then the cops come and clean up the streets. The cops being the feds as well and being a bevy of individuals. But either way it goes, the mindset that No Love has is the one in which you can't grow from. We make fun of certain individuals who get caught for the crimes of retaliation. We just do. There are a ton of people who are making fun of Lil Durk allegedly for having something to do with Lil Pop being killed as a retaliatory strike to Quando Rondo for what happened to Von. But as we sit here, where are all the videos of people praising that behavior? Where? I'm just curious. Where are all the people who are praising the behavior of, hey, bro, yeah, you were supposed to do that. You were supposed to take yourself away from your kids. You were supposed to take yourself away from this advantageous lifestyle. You were supposed to take your way away from the ostentatious glitz and glams and sacrifice millions of dollars, if not millions, hundreds of thousands, and living in a way in which you've worked since you were a teenager all the way up into your 30s. You should throw all of that away. Then No Love, let me ask you a question. How much do you know exactly? See, you from Memphis, man. Yeah, you from Memphis, man. So why not say, bro, I've been reaching out to Sauce Walka, man. He need to holler back at me because what he think happened, bro, this and that and this and that. So maybe you know something. Maybe you should just open your mouth and profess it. Just gonna put that out there. See, when you are in a level of power, you can't win. And I told y'all this before. If Sauce Walka were to go inside the house and say nothing, that works for nobody. Because now he's guilty of something or everything like that, or he's scary. So since he's so scary, he has to sit in the house. He ain't gangster like that or anything. So if he disappears, there's no win in that. If he comes outside and says, y'all kill me next, bro, I'm ready to die and go stand in Memphis and go run around and try to act like this and act like that, there's going to be people who will say, well, he's trying to test Memphis. He ain't gangster like that. Why is he trying to test Memphis? Why does he have to do it? So that leaves more questions. If he were to ride around Memphis with a ton of security and go through neighborhoods and act like he's on some let me war with y'all city, would y'all rather that part? Okay. If he acts as if one person's bad decision to harm somebody within his crew doesn't stop anything, then there you go. But it's even more interesting when you realize where we stay. With every tragedy that has happened in America, one thing that we always indulge and encapsulate our strength is resiliency. Prime example, remember when Dylan Roof shot up that church in South Carolina? They were back worshiping the next week. They didn't allow that to stop them. It went on as usual. When the Twin Towers fell, America stopped operating for about a day and kept on going. Hell, when the baby unfortunately had that incident in Walmart where the dude got killed, Walmart opened its doors within the next 7 hours. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle, where P&B was taken away. Y'all wanted to shut down that black-owned business, but as I just gave y'all Walmart, it doesn't happen there. There's a song that Tupac made that's called Life Goes On. And as unfortunate as that title may sound, it just is. You have to live for people, man. God forbid, but the day that my life no longer is here, which I'm probably going to die like 106, I still want my sons, my daughters, my grandchildren, great-grandchildren to live. No grieving, no crying, no anything like that, bro. Go live. I'm no longer here. I'm not saying forgive me, but hey, just know I made an impact in your life and live for it. And some of you people are asking for stuff that you wouldn't do. No love. You ain't going to strike back. Why ain't you in Chattanooga right now? Them niggas shot at your brother. Huh? Why ain't you in Chattanooga right now spinning blocks? Them cats shot at your brother, shot the hell out of that van up. His security team shot back in self-defense. So then what? Or let's say your brother was the aggressor. Let's flip it that way. Why weren't you out there frontlining and running and gunning and spinning on all the people that has something negative to say about your brother? Why didn't you do that? It's one way to preach, but it's another way to not do a damn thing. But when something happens to somebody in your crew, God forbid if it does, why don't you do something? We hope to see you crash out if something happens to somebody within your crew. Can we get that understanding going? It's only right? But share to keep your people aware, subscribe to our bell to notify, and I'll catch you on the next one. We gone.